hope, creativity, kindness, bravery, confidence, and empathy. Together, they represent the elements of unity. But what were those elements' most defining moments on screen in Generation 5? Join along with me as we explore what truly brought out the very best in our favorite characters. Our subject today, bravery. Howdy Fluffbutts, it's me, FaolanCortez, and welcome to this series of 6 videos where I look for and rank the best scenes of the main 6 when they showed off their elements in spectacular fashion. In this third video, I will be looking at Zipp Storm and her element of bravery.
I'm a princess of a different kind, always trying to figure out why. When my cutie mark comes to life, I blast bravely across the sky!
Before further ado, what even is bravery, if you've been living under a rock? Bravery, or to put it in another word, courage or valor, is the strength to do something that may terrify or pain you to do. Bravery can come in a variety of ways, either concerning emotional conflicts, life-threatening situations, or general scary circumstances. One may experience the dreadful fear of whatever great force or task awaits them, but being brave is the knack to drive yourself into the fray. The greater the vulnerability, the greater the exposure, and an even greater reward for proving yourself. Concerning Zipp Storm in Generation 5, she has never been afraid to always deliver on all fronts because she's full of nerve. From as early as the movie to the latest installments, she has gracefully evolved from being heedless to perceptive about her heroism.
Misty, I am so sorry. I never should have accused you of being a thief.
Throughout the generation, this was the hardest to decipher which scenes defined Zipp's bravery the best. So let's dive in and find the most prominent moments when Zipp displayed bravery. Number 5. Zipp rescuing the aerobats. And they aren't a rip-off Wonderbolts, okay? They're cool. It's another decade celebration of the Moon Festival in Zephyr Heights, and the vibes are very relaxing. Well, apart from a super speedy problem in the sky affecting the best flyers in the kingdom who are continuously supersonicking everywhere. This is such a lovely mystery for the intellect and pluckiness of Zipp Storm. It turns out that the moon itself is causing every Pegasi's power of flight to basically be cracked out, causing a dangerous increase of speed while flying. This is already a sign of peril because it can cause a serious accident, crashing into something / someone, or even falling out of the sky. Zipp experienced this sensation herself in the episode and outside of it too.
That's not good.
And I loved that in the episode when it affected her too and not just the background characters. She was brave to not be afraid to undergo the same feelings of the aerobats in order to rescue their lives. Fearful in not being able to escape the moonlight. So Zipp takes it upon herself to make a difference by figuring out the problem and resolving it immediately so no one else gets hurt. This issue had an effect on all the Pegasi, and Zipp alone wasn't scared to dive into the unknown and save many ponies from unnecessary damage. Some credit has to go to her friends too for blocking out the moon, but I believe that most of the credit should go to Zipp's bravery.
So amazed and so jealous at the same time.
Moon Festival is a very underrated episode that brings forward Zipp's courage in a public way that presents her as the sole pony to stand or fly behind for protection. Number 4. Zipp doing the first task of the labyrinth. It's not every Halloween that your life legitimately comes knocking on death's door, is it? In the Tell Your Tale episode Labyrinth, the main 6 travel to the Dragonlands for Nightmare Night, and unexpectedly, Blaze, Lava, and Tumble invite them to a challenge called the Labyrinth.
They're a series of tests that challenge a dragon's most important skills: bravery, wisdom, and creativity.
Well, isn't it lucky for the main 6 that they just happen to have one pony that embodies that first skill? Not only is this episode excellent, this first task perfectly showcases Zipp Storm's element in an almost claustrophobic setting. It's the ultimate death trap, rising lava, swinging blades, and crushing pillars. Without even a smidge of hesitation, Zipp is up for the challenge, believing it'll be a breeze, and it's great to see. Being the type to jump into action with the initial sign of danger, this task is befitting to bring out Zipp's bravery in a contained way.
This must be the first one?
But how do we get there?
By being brave.
Her determined face during the challenge was wonderful, proving she isn't afraid to potentially hurt herself so her friends can get through safely. Not to mention, she could have been beheaded too! Like fucking hell! You're creepily prone to committing murder, dragons, you know. If Zipp is this resolute about wanting to give her friends the safe passage by suffering through a miniature gauntlet of fire, then this is a certified bravery moment. Realistically speaking, I would be shitting my pants the second I saw those swinging blades, so congrats Zipp, very valiant indeed. Number 3. Zipp standing up to her friends. It's rather uncanny that this concept has happened many times in G5 that it counts as one entire moment. It's a brave thing confronting your enemies up front and never faltering, but it's a greater deal by setting it straight with your friends if they don't listen to your point of view, and the shows were so good at that it hurts. Most particularly in the first Make Your Mark special, when Zipp was the singular character noticing the strange glitches with the Unity crystals. When her friends weren't believing her claims, Zipp had to rip off the bandage and give them direct evidence of what's truly happening at the cost of making them unhappy with her.
Magic is not glitching.
Your alicorn magic keeps appearing randomly. You don't find that strange? At all?
Zipp wasn't nervous at the prospect of intentionally irritating her friends just so they can look with their own eyes at the truth. She had to do something risky to debunk the skepticism of her friends, and that's a bold move.
Don't call me Huffy.
I didn't call you Huffy. I said you were being Huffy. Whoa.
Another example is in A New Generation, when she was the only one who rejected the lie that Pegasi could really fly without magic. She defied her mother's stubbornness first and didn't even hang back to save her equally ignorant sister when she was exposed. It's a great deal standing up to your friends, but family too? Now that's a respectful slice of valor. Similar conflicts happened in many Tell Your Tale episodes, like Zipp's flight school as the Misty clears and Hot Day, and Zipp proved herself stronger every time.
That's it! Obviously you ponies are not gonna listen to me. Well, if any pony needs me, which they clearly won't, I will be nice and cool down at the beach.
Gosh, these kinds of brave moments occurred so much with Zipp that I couldn't note them all. Just know that nowadays, people should really listen to Zipp, huh? Number 2. Zipp confronting Allura. Yep, you thought I was going to say Opaline, didn't ya? I could have gone for that scene in Roots of All Evil Part 2 when Zipp and Pip courageously distracted Opaline in song form, but I personally believe their skirmish with Allura was a little bit better executed. Specifically in the Tell Your Tale episode, Ooh, a New Friend, when Izzy gets her memories repeatedly erased due to her interfering with Allura's peace and quiet in the cave. This slowly gains the attention of her friends when Izzy gives away one too many fruit baskets, so Zipp along with Pip launch into action, realizing the danger Izzy could get herself into. That's already a noteworthy sign of bravery by not stalling to save her friend. When Allura traps Izzy in a snow globe, threatening to freeze her alive, Zipp instantly turns on defense mode to avoid the kitty's attacks. Like what I mentioned earlier with the lava imp's obstacles, the exact same happens here with Allura's powers and Zipp being daring enough to withstand them. I was on the edge of my seat the first time I watched that. We can't forget that Zipp and Pip were smart too to reverse Allura's magic on the snow globe Izzy was trapped in. It makes for another impressive scene of Zipp's element, especially with the mantra included to display it on all fronts. It draws the audience in to watch as Zipp's courage is brought out in a horrific situation that's personal to the characters. Thankfully, they escaped out of that cave in one piece. But do you know what else occurred in that very cave? And number 1. Zipp repairing her relationship with Pip. It's kind of ironic how almost half of these moments involve Pip in one way or another. There couldn't have been a more masterful moment of Zipp's bravery than in her sibling masterpiece that is Portrait of a Princess. Both Zipp and Pip increasingly get on each other's nerves about their needs throughout the story, before it culminates inside the very cave that Allura makes into her home. Yep, that's a fun fact for you if you didn't already know. The long arguing finally reaches a tipping point, and Zipp unfortunately hurts her sister's feelings pretty badly.
I don't care a salt lick about your ponygram pose! Wait, I didn't mean...
Well, fine.
When both of them are too embittered at one another, they end up trapped in the cave and Pip completely breaks down. Now this is where Zipp's inner hardihood about expressing her feelings erupts out spectacularly. She wholeheartedly understands Pip is in pain right now and puts her differences aside to be brave in the face of a troubling situation. Having the audacity to apologize first and admit to your family that you were wrong in how you acted harshly, being headstrong while blaming yourself too so the other can feel slightly better.
I haven't been a very good older sister, huh?
And also, we can't forget about Zipp being unafraid to sing the Portrait Day song so Pip can join in too. It's a fantastic contrast to the beginning of the episode when Zipp didn't really want to hear it at all.
Be still. Don't move.
No song,
It's
Pip.
easy to smile with you by my
No
side.
song!
I could have easily shed a tear from that scene alone. It's so beautiful! Zipp Storm being the embodiment of bravery in every circumstance, no matter if they're emotionally personal, mentally conflicting, or life-threateningly terrifying, defies her unyielding passion to have a fearless face towards everything, defines her as the element we should all hold in our hearts every so often. Well, Fluffbutts, that wraps up my picks for the top 5 bravest moments of Zipp Storm. What did you think of my choices? Are there any other brave defining moments you think I might not have included? Share all of your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for keeping up with this series, Fluffbutts. I really appreciate it. So, Fluffbutts, don't forget to hoof smash that like button down below and comment your thoughts as well on what you think of Zipp Storm in general. And subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this and many more content coming soon. And also, don't forget to leave a pledge on my Patreon page down in the description below so you can help support me in making these fantastic videos more consistently. And I just moved my mic a bit. And I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye! And just before this video ends, I want to give a huge thank you to all my patrons on my Patreon. My Silver Fluffbutt patrons, Drew Lazinski, Sabrina Wade, and Alex Smith, and all my Gold Fluffbutt patrons, Clear Heart Apple, Jonathan Chapper, Darthsiler22, Owen Wildish, Stephen Cram, The Bluish Pony, and KikiBat VA. All of your love and support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.